Welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report, here with head coach Krista Kilburn-Steveskey of Hofstra Women's Basketball. Thanks for joining me today, Coach.
Thank you.
Pride has had 12 days off since their last game, an overtime win over American. Coach, talk a little bit about your team's mentality, being able to tie that game up and then win it in overtime.
I think playing out in California, playing some road games and trying to have some chemistry and having good leadership too. Sydney Epps made some big shots out of UC Davis, and just getting in those opportunities to have the will to win and not, being concerned where we are at this point and just trying to manage it. So I think just that basis of all that, playing together, having chemistry, being in some tighter games, and and just having good leadership.
Having that 12-day break with the team taking their final exams,
right.
And you have 2 wins going into that break, how do you keep the team from losing that momentum that you had going into that final exam break?
I mean, in general, everyone's in the same boat, so that part is good. St. Joe's played a game against Drexel here, though, on the 18th, so a little bit of an advantage getting a game out under your belt when we've had this much time off. But it just is what it is. So it's not an easy task. You give them a lot of time on the front end, getting into the gym, lifting, doing individuals. So blending up some of that, and then getting back on the court and having some scrimmage games. We had a full game on Saturday, and so just trying to figure out a way to keep them fresh, but yet the first out of the gate on Thursday, they're going to have some issues because you haven't played since the 10th. So. But everybody's in the same boat. Everybody tries to figure out some secret, recipe to get yourselves ready during a break, and it just is what it is.
Looking ahead now to St. Joe's, it's another team that doesn't have the best record. Again, how do you prepare? Now there's been a couple games in a row with teams without the best record, but how do you prepare for St. Joe's to still give you a fight?
And it's interesting. They're a very good team, and that's the same way American was too, right? So. They just went into Drexel, gave them a fight. It wasn't, the prettiest game on both parties, and that's what they do. Those 2 Philly teams get after it, and that's for the Power 5 down there. So you expect it. I think last year, St. Joe's might have won at the buzzer. I don't remember the exact stat on an out-of-bounds play. So on a silent out-of-bounds play. So they battle down there. So it's not going to be pretty. I'm sure Denise can attest to that. So, but they have a lot of athletes. They've got great size, and obviously extremely well coached. So it is, again, it's another one like that. I'll talk a lot about American, and then on being on the road, and then playing at home, and then so many variables. I mean, to me, it's a big important step for us on a road win. So we've tightened the belt. We've had some good practices. I thought yesterday, they were focused. Today, we need to be really focused, and then do what we need to do. Practice tomorrow and get on the road. So it's really going to be about a focus, about being present. And about having a signature win on the road, against a good team that their record is not indicating, right? Because it definitely does not indicate that they're a solid team.
Crystal Luciano and Ashne Durant, as expected, have been playing very well. How do they keep continuing to play well, and what needs to happen for everyone else to be able to continue to play well as well?
Well, I mean, they are what they are, right? So that they, are continually getting better, as you're seeing from Nay trying to increase her range, and and Crystal is taking on that responsibility as a senior this year. So they're going to just keep getting better and doing what they're doing, and they're certainly trying to bring everybody else along in a sense of urgency. I mean, they've been stating that statement to everyone and the freshmen, that this is, it's time. You have 2 games left here in the non-conference. So, a lot of this time and a lot of reps going on for the underclassmen here, during this break, and getting P and getting Lex a lot of times at the point. So, it is time. They've got to start playing to the level that they're capable of playing, and everybody's got to step up and play their role. And then Chris and Nay will keep doing what they're doing, and you get more play out of Aliana, which I think you've seen a lot of great play out of her. I thought Liv shot the ball really well in the American game, and she's solid. You can count on her to be solid and come in and play a great role for us. So everybody else keeps doing what they need to do, and Sandra Dongma needs to step up. She helped us in the American game as well too. So but it is time. It's time for the young ones. I mean, it's not going to be some miracle that's going to flip a switch. I mean, the light bulb's coming on with them, and then as they go through conference and experience what conference is like too, it'll be a huge education right there. So they'll keep doing what they're doing, and everybody's coming along with it. So it's part of the growing process in the season, especially with the team makeup that we have right now.
Hofstra is back in action this Thursday at St. Joe's at 5 p.m. Thanks for joining me today, Coach.
Thank you.
We'd also just like to wish a happy holidays to the Hofstra Pride family.
Yeah, definitely happy holidays to everyone here at Hofstra from the women's basketball team, and definitely from my nice little penguin we have here today. So happy holidays to everyone.